Yep. Microphone check, check. Yep, we got volume, I can tell. Yep. Cool. We're back. Just going to get my wife to double check, but I can see the volume down the bottom here. It's flickering, so we got volume now. We're just double checking though. G'day, Tiana. Good to see you. Just want to double check. Oh, yep. So, yep, we just heard it feeding back. Yeah. Hey, Tiana, how you going? We just had a little bit of an issue with volume and sound before, but looks like we're back now. So, I hope you're doing well on this dark and gloomy Sunday evening. We've got thunderstorms and a heap of rain and some pretty crappy weather at the moment, to be honest. But yeah, hope you're doing well. See, we've got 6 people here. Welcome, guys. Good to see you all here. Say g'day in the chat. Here to answer any questions that you guys might have. Also going to talk a little bit about what's coming up on the channel. I've got a couple of videos in the pipeworks right now. Got to start editing them. Just don't know exactly when I'm going to have them uploaded. It's a 2-part series. I'm hoping to have the first one up a little later this week, and then next week I'll have the second part. So that's what I've got in the pipeworks at the moment. Now, just like the last live stream, I did a couple of giveaways. I've got a couple giveaways here to do as well. Now, one of the winners from last week's giveaway didn't get in touch with me to claim their GoMexus handle. So this is up for grabs tonight. So, guys, the way you win this is to be interactive in the chat, talking with each other, talking with me, asking questions, all that sort of stuff. So that GoMexus handle, the gold, is up for grabs. And the other prize I've got for someone tonight, a couple of Berkeley Shimmer prawns. Now, these will be good if you go out to Gippsland. These will be good on the big Duskies for sure. Big Brim will probably eat these as well. And even in Port Phillip Bay, I reckon the flathead are going to eat them. Maybe snapper as well during snapper season. Got good colors on them. But yeah, got a couple of nice giveaways. Big thanks also to Mick from Hooked on Bait and Tackle for supplying those for tonight's live stream. So if you guys haven't been to his shop in Hoppers Crossing, definitely recommend get down there, give it a look. He's got so much stuff and so much good stuff in there that he's bound to have what you're after. G'day, Noah. Good to see you here tonight, mate. Unfortunately, I know you missed last week's, but it's good to see you made it to this one. All right, so we got 6 people in here. Come on, guys. Know you guys want to win some of these giveaways, so let's make sure you're asking plenty of questions and yeah, let's get this chat going. We're only 3 minutes in. We're probably going to do, well, last week we did nearly an hour. I'm going to aim for somewhere around the same, just depending on how it all goes. But yeah, probably, yeah, half an hour to an hour sort of thing. Can you see Finn? You always see Finn, Noah. You're his cousin. What do you need to see Finn for? He's out on his iPad at the moment. He'll probably come in at some point like he did last time. But yeah, I think he's a little busy right now. Hi, Jordy. It's Job. And
how are you
doing? He obviously heard that from Mum watching the live stream. Come here, quick, say hello to your cousin because I've got a comment here I need to read. Say hi, Noah.
Hi, Noah. Goodbye.
All right, see you, mate. Okay. Hi, Geordie, it's Job. And the old man, thanks so much for the prize last week. My mum was really happy to meet you, missus. Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. Yeah, she said she really loved your little pups that you had there as well. I think she was saying they're French bulldogs. So, yeah, she would have, yeah, she definitely had a ball. And she was like, oh, I nearly bought one. And I was like, oh, we'll see how we go. But, yeah, no worries at all, mate. I hope you like that handle. I reckon that burnt titanium looks bloody awesome. And we've still got Finn in here with us. Shut the door. They say never work with animals or children, right? Okay, hello, bye, Finn. Yeah, okay, yeah, Noah's talking to Finn there. Okay. All right, so. Oh, he's back. Are you going to keep interrupting my live stream? Maybe. Go away. There is one puppy still waiting for it. Oh, geez. I know my wife would have seen that and she would have just been like, I'm coming to get it. We'll see how we go. Noah, YouTube buffering. All the play buttons. Okay. Not sure what that's supposed to mean, Noah, but okay. Yes, I want to call her Miss Barbara. So Emma wants to call the pup Miss Barbara. Okay. I feel like I'm starting to get outvoted here on this. Where to catch the marlin? Okay. So that belonged to a friend of mine, which I mentioned on another stream. But back in 2011, my 23rd birthday. So yeah, it's making me feel a bit old right now. But my wife and I went out on my birthday, and we had this is a good story actually. A friend of ours had left his boat at the pub that we were running in the yard, and he'd never caught a marlin on it before. He had all the gear to do it. He just hadn't really gotten out and had the chance to go and do it. He'd left his boat in the backyard because his ute had broken down. So he basically went back home without his boat and left it in our pub yard. A few weeks after that, I've said to him, hey, look, it's my birthday on the weekend. Is it all right if we take your boat out and go for a bit of a troll off the bar at Lake Macquarie? He's like, yeah, no worries. You're like, let me know. Like, I'll come up for it as well. I'll come out with you. I'm like, yeah, no worries. So we'll let him know that week, hey, we're taking out on Saturday. And he's like, oh, I can't make it. It's all right. Just take the boat anyway. Like, it's all good. He goes, just take it out for a cruise. It needs a bit of a run. It's like, yeah, no worries. We go. So we go out. We leave early in the morning. There's my wife, Emma, and my dad, Michael, on the boat with me. And I said, look, this boat's not the greatest boat in the world. It's got a V8 350 Chev. It drinks a lot of fuel, and I don't think we can carry much more than about 250 liters. So let's just go out about maybe 10 miles. We'll come back around in a loop, and then we'll come back into the bar. So we did that. And I reckon within maybe 2 hours of trolling, we had a striped marlin hit the short corner lure and starts jumping and going crazy and all that. And then we, I tell my wife, hey, pick up the rod. And she's like, no, you pick it up. I'm like, oh, all right, no worries. So I pick up the rod. I put the drag up and it just stops taking line. And I'm like, okay, so this isn't obviously a very big striped marlin, but it's definitely a striped marlin. So start fighting it. We get it to the boat pretty quick, sort of plays up a bit, let it go back out. We get it back to the boat. And then eventually we bring it up to the boat and we're thinking about releasing it. We look at it and we can see it's copped one of the hooks through the eye. And we realize for an eyesight predator like that, it's not going to survive. So grabbed it by the bill, chucked the knife in between the eyes to kill it, brought it on board, brought it home, took some photos and sent it to my mate. And he was absolutely spewing. Hello, buddy. He might be. But we took it home and cut it up on the one of the beer garden tables at the pub and just handed it out to all the people in the town who came in for a beer that day. And hang on, just give me a sec. I've got a photo here to show you. So that's a photo of my wife and I with the marlin on the table. Just try and get the glare off it. There we go. It's a bit water damaged. It's an old photo, but yeah, that's the marlin. It's about the same size as the one on the wall. There's going to be a few kilos difference between them. What's up, Finn? Is Noah still in the chat? Yeah. I don't know. He said, I don't know what to do not long ago. Okay, so Naomi, which is Job. We went bait fishing at Werribee South around about 10 p.m. and a ton of sea lice and rays. Lots of banjos and Dad landed a big eagle ray. Yeah, I've heard there's been a lot of sea lice around lately that's basically destroying baits. Like you put out something like a silver whiting and it gets hollowed out by the sea lice. So it looks like you still got your bait. But yeah, like it's been tough tough lately. I've been hearing a lot of that from a lot of people, which, like it does tend to be a bit of an issue, but it's just been constant. So I don't know what the solution would be. I don't think they're as bad on squid. So it might be an idea to maybe move towards squid baits rather than things like pilchards and silver whiting and stuff like that. Tiana, what a story. Hey, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it was good. It was a good day. Definitely a good birthday. I remember when I'd woken up in the morning. I'm trying to wake up my wife, just going, "Hey, wake up! Like we're going marlin fishing." And she's like, "Oh, I want to wake up. I don't want to get out of bed." Like we weren't really early risers. Me, obviously, if I'm going fishing, I'm going to get up early. But outside of that, I didn't like getting up before 7 a.m. And she didn't really like it either because we're running a pub. So like the pub opens at 10, it's open till like midnight sort of thing. So we were early, we weren't early risers by any means. And like, going, "Babe, wake up, wake up, wake up." And she's like, eventually she's just like, "Oh, yeah, all right." And she's gotten out of bed and then come out in the boat. So I was really, really glad she came out that day. It was a great day. Naomi Watson, aka Job. Whole pilchard lasted less than 5 minutes. Lice are hitting squid pretty bad too. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I mean, the only real solution from there is soft plastics, really. Obviously, they're not going to go after a soft plastic. So, but at night time, obviously, it's a little bit difficult to use them because you don't know where it is. You can't tell if it's on bottom and things like that. You can try and count. It's like you cast it out, it's reasonably shallow. Count to say like 10. And then you should know your soft plastics on bottom then, and then just like flick, 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 then count to 10 after you've wound in the slack. Never seen them so bad. Yeah, that's not good. Definitely not good. I don't know. I'll have to do a bit of research on it and see what I can find out. But I'm wondering if it's something to do with like water temperature, the moon. Who knows? But I don't think it's got much to do with the moon because from what I've gathered, they've been around for a while now. So the moon phase is largely irrelevant. They're just destroying baits. So it might be a seasonal thing, maybe because of the summertime. All right, so we've got 8 people here in the chat, guys. Come and ask your questions. Just a reminder, we're doing a giveaway tonight. Now, this handle, the Gold Gomexis, didn't get claimed on the last live feed, so that is going to be up for grabs. And the other giveaway is a couple of the Berkeley Shimmer prawns. So the way you win them is interacting in the chat, asking questions, all that sort of stuff. So make sure you're in here asking your questions and yeah, I'll pick a couple of winners towards the end of the stream. And my son's back. Do you want to be on the live stream or not?
Yes.
All right, well, come here. So if you guys are new, this is my son, Finn. How old are you, Finn?
6.
Yep, he's 6. And what grade are you in at school?
1.
Yep, year 1. So, and he is a bass master. He's caught more bass than a lot of people out there. So he knows what he's doing. Why don't you come here? He's also caught squid as well. He caught one all by himself. Usually we put the rods in the holders and wait till they take it. But he had the rod in his hand on the boat one day and jigged it and hooked himself a really nice squid. Come here.
What?
Come and say hello.
I did last time.
Yeah, well, you can come say hello.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Caught more bass than me, that's for sure. Yeah, Tiana, he has caught quite a few. Although you got yours on a cicada, so that's nothing to sneeze at. But this guy gets them on worms and yabbies. So got the microphone in the way of your face. Hang on, let's try it. Okay, come sit on my other leg. Oh, you're bloody heavy.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Is Noah still in the stream?
I don't know. We might let us know.
Well, his message will disappear if he's not in it.
Twisty2673. What is lice for the fish? Okay, so that's like sea lice. They're like a little aquatic bug, and they basically destroy your baits in the salt water. Okay, you're too squirmy for this.
Okay, bye. Bye. I'll come back later.
Yep, come back later. All right, guys. It might be a little bit of sound coming through here. I'm just going to adjust this. Hopefully, that's a little bit better. I think we're going to have that a fair bit on our live stream tonight. We're going to have a visitor pop in and then pop out, which was nothing unusual because that happened on the last live stream as well. But But yeah, sorry, Twisty2673. As I was saying, the lice, they're basically like a small little bug that lives in the water. And yeah, if you're using bait, they destroy them. They chew them up. One of the things that I've noticed is they'll hollow out things like silver pilchard. So you'll bring it in, you go, oh, my bait's still there, but there's no meat left inside it. It's just basically a skeleton and skin. Yesterday morning, went for a flick at Werribee and Dad tried a 5-inch jerk shad and 2 fish followed the shad all the way back to the rocks. He's pretty sure that there were kingies around. Really? Did he see like a big yellow tail on him, or was the tail more like a grey color? Because the other thing that it could have been, and which is even more rare, is it could have been a couple of mulloway. Because around Werribee South there are a lot of mulloway that come in because of the river. You get a bit of tidal flow in that area because of the Werribee River. So it is possible that it could have been mulloway, and mulloway around there are generally around that sort of 70 to 80 centimeter size as well. There are some big ones, but yeah, it's not impossible that it might have been a couple of mulloway, which is more exciting in my opinion. Twisty. So it doesn't affect the fish you catch. No, not really. They more go after like dead, like, dead animal. I can say dead animal, like dead fish. So if something's like dead on the bottom, the sea lice will swarm it. But because like most fish are swimming around, they just can't catch up with them to be able to latch onto them. So typically you might get some with sea lice on them, but it hasn't like destroyed the fish by any means. Like they can still survive if they've got a lice or two attached to them. It's Job. He saw the bright yellow tail. Yeah, okay. Did it have like a grey band along the body as well, like a really distinct band? Because that's the way you can tell the difference between them. Also, the tail shape, like, did it have a tail shape like that? Because if it was shaped like that, it would have been a kingfish. But if it had like a big sort of fanned out area, it would have been a mulloway. Twisty, thanks for that. I'm new to the fishing world. Yeah, welcome. Good to hear that there's more people getting into it. It's a bloody good pastime and a good hobby. At the end of the day, they call it fishing and not catching for a reason. So you can't expect to basically catch a fish every single time. I've had plenty of sessions myself. Like I was talking to someone recently, and so I was saying, "Hey, look, I don't always get out and catch fish." And they're like, "Wait, you don't always catch fish every session?" I'm like, "What makes you think I do?"
Check the messages.
Oh, $3.99. Thanks, Finn.
Did I always say why I did that?
Why? No reason?
Look at what the emoji says.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, sorry, Twisty. Like I was saying, at the end of the day, I don't catch fish every single session. So if you're struggling at first to catch fish, don't feel like too discouraged by it. Like for a lot of us, we struggle big time. And then the way I talk about fishing is it's like a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. I could give you all the pieces of the puzzle, and I could even tell you the best way to put it together. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to put it together for yourself. And it takes a little bit of time, but once you do and you get those pieces together, catching fish does get a lot easier. Job, tail more like a king. Yeah, okay. Well, it's not impossible. Like I know that we do get kingfishing around docklands, and I've had a kingfish swimming around my boat around the P2 area off of Williamstown. So yeah, like they definitely, it's definitely possible that they would have come in. Now, if they followed in his big jerk shad and they weren't trying to eat it, they're just following it, looking at it, use something smaller, 3 inches or less, and that'll get the bite. Yes, mate.
I just want to be in the stream.
You want to be in the stream?
Yeah.
I'll come around this side.
Okay.
I haven't caught anything yet except a starfish with prickles on it. Yeah, the sea star. Yep. That's nothing unusual to get them on your hook sometimes. So yeah, don't be discouraged. We've all caught plenty of those sea stars as well. It's just how it goes. Like I know for a lot of people, it takes them a long time to catch their first fish, but once you do, they all get a lot easier to catch from there. Thought my son was coming in the stream, but I guess not. Twisty, it's definitely a lot of patience. I decided on trying kayak fishing. It's definitely a lot of hard work if going against the current, and it is enjoyable and can't wait to get my first fish. So have you got yourself a kayak? It's definitely a good way to go fishing. It's good fun. What I'd recommend is if you're new to kayaking, try pick somewhere that doesn't have a lot of current flow because that does make it really hard. So places like Melton Reservoir, if you're wanting to fish freshwater, Melton Reservoir is a good place to go. Lately, I've been fishing Upper Colaban Reservoir a lot, and that place is a fantastic fishery for freshwater natives. So yeah, definitely give places like that a go where you don't have as much current and much flow. It's a lot easier, and it's a lot less energy burned to go fishing. So I was trying a slim swim and got no bites. Yeah, they can be, like I said in my kingfish video, they can be really fussy sometimes. Like they'll just follow in a lure and just not eat it. So yeah, hopefully next time you're there, they come back in. Hang on a sec. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna hug. Thank you. You gonna come into the stream? Come stand here next to me. Twisty, yes, got the primal one. Ah, yeah, good kayak. From what I've gathered, they're actually pretty good kayaks and fairly stable. So that's a good choice there. I know some people like putting an electric motor on their primal, as that definitely helps. Like especially if you want to do something like trolling, which is what I do, which you've probably seen in a lot of my videos. I love my trolling. So yeah, definitely worth looking at electric for it. The only problem with the electric, and look, it's not a huge problem, is I get range anxiety, and I can't really put my foot pedals down the way that I'd typically rig up my kayak with an electric. So personally, I'd rather have the foot pedals. Like yesterday, I did 13 hours on the kayak, of which 12 hours was solid trolling, just foot pedaling the whole time. If I had a battery, it probably would have run out and would have ended my day. You right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Tiana, you thinking of fishing at Melton Res anytime soon? Yeah, I've been thinking about it. It hasn't been fishing as well as Colaban, and for me personally, I'd rather drive the extra Ks to go to Colaban than fish Melton. Thanks, Finn. Ah, leave it there.
Okay.
Finn,
I just want to annoy you.
don't annoy me while I'm doing a live stream, please.
I'm good.
You will be if you don't bloody behave yourself. Sorry, guys, making things a little bit difficult here. But yeah, like I was saying, Tiana, yeah, definitely. While Upper Colaban's fishing so well, it's hard to go away from there. So, Twisty, I've only been doing saltwater as I want to catch a snapper for my first one, and bought all of the books so I can research and try and work out times for moon and bite times as well as tides. Also, Twisty, yeah, I was going to go one with foot pedals, but end up getting the ghost one. Or perhaps consider getting the pedal one. Okay, so this time of year, it's a little bit difficult for snapper. Any snapper that are still in the bay are all out deep because of the higher water temperatures. Now, the water temperatures will be dropping over the next few months. So once it gets to an average of around about 17 degrees in the bay, they will start to come back in shallow. Not super shallow, but you do get a bit of a run of them sort of in around April or so. So that might be a good time to try. Otherwise, best time to try is going to be probably mid to late October, maybe a bit earlier, just depending on how the temperatures are for the water temperatures. So last season, we didn't really have snapper start until like mid-November, which is a really, really late season. So if you want to catch obviously other fish beforehand, good to get out there and give it a go. But yeah, snapper season is not going to start. You don't really get a run like a solid run of fish until later in the year. As far as one with foot pedals go, if all you're wanting to do is fish in the bay, most pedal kayaks are going to be okay. If you're wanting a bit of an all-rounder, keep an eye out for my next video that I'm uploading, as that is going to have a review of my kayak. And in my opinion, it is the best all-rounder on the market. Yeah, I don't think there's any other kayak that can touch it. As far as the features go and the usability and things like that, I've honestly not seen another kayak that would make me want to buy it over this one. Joby, I've been trying to catch a mulloway, but I've been getting nothing. Any tips on lures or spots to try it? Yeah, okay, so mulloway. The old ghost fish. So mulloway are a little bit of a funny species. They're quite seasonal down here, although you can get them all year round. Typically, the best time is anywhere from about late April through to, I would say, probably late June, early July is the best time to chase them. As far as the best things to use, live mullet, live salmon, good for bait. Strips of squid are also good for bait. But if you're wanting to fish with artificials, big paddle tails, so anywhere from 4-inch onwards, work well. And also one that's a bit of a surprise is soft vibes. So that's also worth a try for mulloway. If you're going to be chasing mulloway, if you're going to be a little bit.
Stop annoying me, Father. Let's go.
As far as best times to fish for them, moons I'm not too fussed about. I know I've spoken to my cousin and he sort of thinks 2 to 3 days either side of the full or either side of the new moon are generally pretty good. Now, tides, I've always been of the opinion that the slack water time on a high tide or a low tide is the best time to actually be chasing them. So if you've got a high tide, say at 6 p.m., anywhere from sort of 4:30 through to 7:30 is generally going to be your best time. Having said that, you can get them at any stage of the tide as well. Tiana, that's fair enough. Talk to Shane in my mate's outdoors, and he says some blokes with light scopes have been catching cod and yellers. Yeah, that's nothing unusual. I know some guys go in there, they get onto the EPs there as well. At the end of the day, like I can't get live scope on my kayak. It's probably a little bit much because mine's only a 10-footer. I just stick with trolling, but as far as I'm concerned, like I've been trolling upper Colaban and it has been fishing unbelievably well. So not this week, but next week, you guys are going to see a video of that. And it was honestly probably the best cod session I've ever had. Twisty. One of my fish books says there is a snapper queen that's very blue, and yeah, might try for others as well. Snapper queen that's very blue. Not sure what you mean by that. What hard body lure would I recommend for mulloway? I'd say probably the Daiwa double clutch is probably worth a try. 95 millimeter and bigger would probably be the best. They've got a good rattle. So basically do long pulls with them so that they sort of like dive down and rattle around and then stop. But don't do erratic twitches. For whatever reason, mulloway don't like that erratic technique. So yeah, long, slow pulls, and you want to feel that lure really vibrating through the rod. Been trying all the lures, been recommending them. Yeah, yep. Mate, you're gonna have to get used to that for mulloway, unfortunately. That's just how it is. Like I've caught 2 down here. I caught more up in New South Wales, but down here I've caught 2. And I've done a lot of sessions for them. Like they are, like, you know, people talk about places like lakes of 1,000 casts. Like they are the fish of 1,000,000 casts for a lot of anglers. Like they are incredibly difficult to catch. So don't be too discouraged, mate, because they are not easy to catch. But what I will tell you is this. If you happen to get onto one when you're fishing, that probably will not be the only one that gets caught. So keep fishing after you hook it, because if one fish from the school bites, the whole school is going to start feeding. So don't be too discouraged by it. Like I said, so many of us have done so many days and nights, freezing cold weather, trying to catch them. They are not an easy fish to target. They are actually quite hard. Tiana, we need to head out together at Upper Colaban. Yeah, for sure. I'll let you know next time I'm heading up there. And if you and Ben want to come up, come meet me up there. You have to have a kayak to get on there. You can't get on with a boat anymore. They've basically roped off all the ramps. Unless you can carry your boat to the water and you've got an electric motor on it, there's no boats permitted at the moment. Fish is called snapper crane, but also known as southern blue morong. That's like a dusky morong, is it? Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the dusky morong as well. I could be wrong. But yeah, okay. Yep. That makes sense. Fishing Werribee South with plastics. How often do you change plastics if getting no bites? That's from Job. I typically don't change too much because I know that what I'm using. So if I'm using those paddles, if I'm seeing the bait fish around there, I know that what I'm using is pretty well matching what's there. So if there are any fish around, I should be able to get a bite out of one of them. Sometimes I might go to something like the 7-inch turtleback worm just because I do have so much confidence in it, and it's a soft plastic that I have caught so many fish on before. But I generally don't change plastic too much. I just have, if I've got confidence in what I'm using, I'll just stick with it. And I can tell you now, there's been plenty of times I've gone to Werribee South and not caught anything at all. No one's catching. One of the things about Werribee South and Wyndham Harbour that people don't realise is that it's not a consistent fishery. It's not somewhere you can go every time and catch a couple of fish. Like you could go to like St Kilda Pier and catch a flathead and maybe a pike every single time you go there. Wyndham Harbour is not like that. It's either dead as a cemetery or it's on fire, and there doesn't really seem to be much in between. So that's something you got to learn about that spot. Twisty, you bought those today. Oh, you talking about the turtleback worms? Because yeah, they're fantastic plastic. They're everything eats them. I've caught everything like whiting, snook, flathead, big snapper. Like everything eats them. Pinkies, everything eats them. Fish there a lot because it's only 10 minutes from home. Yep, completely understand. During COVID, I used to live just behind the boat ramp at Werribee South at the river, and I was going down there during lockdown and catching nice snapper there in the early stages of the season. So, yeah, completely understand that when it's a spot that's so close to home, it's where you're gonna go and fish. Yes, very keen to try them from Twisty. Yep, definitely get out there and give them a go. If you've got the 4-inch turtlebacks, this time of year, you're going to do well chasing whiting with them. Clifton Springs, St. Leonard's, Indented Head, I think Point Wilson as well. All those places, they're going to be great places to go. Now, if you do want to chase whiting, what I'd recommend is getting in touch with Jason from On the Edge Lures and get some of his jig assist rigs. They are fantastic. You're going to catch more whiting and you're going to catch more good quality whiting using those rigs. Yes, Mark Point Wilson on the map. Good. Just, yeah, those weed beds there. When you're out there on the kayak, you're going to see like dark and light patches. So you want to drift over them and try to cast your soft plastic, your turtleback worm, into the light patches. So essentially the whiting are going around, and because they're like their mouth is on the bottom of their head, they go basically going around and picking up food out of the sand, like almost like filter feeding. So yeah, definitely give that a go, casting into the sand there. You're gonna find fish for sure. Just 1 second, hang on. Sorry about that. Okay, from Joe. We use the Monroe motor oil and Kitex in the white color. We've hooked a few tailor, but always on gold medal lures. Yep, they're good to use. The motor oil is good. The Wakasaji from Kitec is good as well. I know a mate of mine caught a mulloway on the Sub-Zero color from Monroe. So yeah, definitely good to use. But the funny thing is, I've never actually caught a tailor. There seems to be so much more tailor around now in the last couple of years. I don't know why, but and over I've been here since early 2012, so 14 years, and it's only been the last few years that I've seen the tailor really sort of show up like in big numbers, which kind of shocks me. And actually, I'll tell you a good story about tailor as well. When I was living in New South Wales, I was at a pub with a friend of mine, and we're talking to this guy, and he's heralded by a lot of people as being an absolute guru of mulloway fishing. Like the guy has caught more mulloway than people have probably dreamed of. And my mate wanted to catch more because he'd never ever caught one. And we're talking to him, and we're picking his brains a little bit on him. And my mate asked him, "Oh, what do you think's the best bait for mulloway?" And the guru looks at him like stoned, like straight face. He turns to him and he's like, 6-inch long live tailor. And my mate says to him, "What? Isn't that illegal?" And the guru turns to him and says, "Buddy, Do you want to be a goody two shoes or do you want to catch a mulloway? You're going to have to pick one, all right? Which I just laughed when he said that. I'm just like, oh God, like, and I'm not condoning that. Do not use undersized fish as live bait, people. Do not do it. Like, seriously, like it's just don't do it. It's terrible for the fishery. Obviously, you can get in trouble for it as well. So do not do it. But when he said that, I just put my head in my hands, just like, oh my God, like this is hilarious. Like it really made me laugh at the time. It's like this guy, like, you know, he's a guru for a reason. He knows how to catch them, but you know, he's not got no problem with breaking a few laws doing so, which definitely I don't recommend. And someone's back. Hi, buddy. What's up? I said, let me say, how are you? Said, what's up? Not much. Do you want to come on the live stream again?
Yeah.
Thank you from Twisty. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Always happy to answer any questions related to fishing. And guys, just a reminder, we're giving away this to one of the people in the chat, and someone else is going to win these. So make sure that you're interacting here, guys. Ask me your questions, and yeah, I'll pick 2 winners at the end to get those as a giveaway prize. Mum's calling you. You better go. Have I ever fished Point Lonsdale Pier? No, I haven't fished the pier itself. I've fished Queenscliff Pier, but never Point Lonsdale. That's one place I wouldn't mind checking out one day. But at the moment, I'm just stuck on the freshwater chasing cod. Video that's coming out probably not this week, but next week there's some ripping good fish in it. Dad's favorite fishing spot. Oh, okay. So so Point Lonsdale's his favorite spot. I know that some people have caught some big bronze whaler sharks off that pier as well. So I reckon Dad's gonna have to get some heavy gear and give it a go. So, sorry, Mum and Dad. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, you know, there's some good bloody sharks there. Fresh assault, Tiana. Message retracted. Fortunately, that's not a question I can answer when the message gets retracted. All right, we've got 6 people here in the chat at the moment. Tiana, my cousin caught a big bronze whaler off Point Lonsdale last week. Yep. Not surprised at all. There's been a lot around this year as well. So yeah, it's it doesn't surprise me at all. Like Campbell's Cove, there's been plenty caught at Campbell's Cove as well. It's a really, really good spot for shark fishing, which it's a bit crazy when you consider how shallow it is around there. Twisty2673, is it good to go fishing when there is storms and rain? Well, one thing I wouldn't advise is I wouldn't go fishing when there's like lightning going on, because you don't want to be holding a big lightning rod. And quite often what will happen is you'll actually get like you could actually see like static electricity coming through your rod from the lightning storm. So definitely don't recommend it during the storm. Around the storm, like before it and after it, quite often when that, like, you'll be getting changes in the barometer that is occurring, and distant sort of rumblings of thunder. Quite often that will stir up a lot of fish. Like I know Murray cod's like a classic, as well as bass. They get really, really stirred up by a thunderstorm. So definitely for them, I'd recommend it. Even snapper, like when you got like a spiking barometer or a crashing barometer with a storm coming, or on its way out, quite often that'll make them bite as well. So I wouldn't recommend during the storm, obviously for safety reasons, but either side of it, definitely worth a try. You got a ham and cheese toasty. You already had your dinner, didn't you? Never thought of that. Yep. Look, a lot of people don't. Like having done it for such a long time, I've been in situations in storms, out on the boat, out at sea with nothing else around. I'm on a 34-foot bloody game fishing boat with poles and antennas and rods all over the place. It is scary. It is scary when you're in one of those storms. Fishing rod will turn into a light. So yeah. That's very much quite possible, Tiana, which is why I try to avoid fishing in storms. It is scary. Oh, that was a scary call. Yeah, that was a bit different. So this is my wife who said that was a scary call. I got a bit of a story time again. Late 2012, I was out at sea off Sydney, and it was a beautiful day. Forecast was just perfect all day. And then at about, it's probably around lunchtime, I've seen this long, thin, and very black cloud rolling up from the south. And when I saw that, I knew straight away, I'm like, that's a big storm front. That doesn't look good. I'm going to point this boat back towards home. And within about half an hour, that storm hit us, and we were basically driving the boat for our lives. It was one of the scariest situations I've ever been in at sea. So my dad's current boat's a 6.5 meter Savage. So it's not a small boat by any means. It's a decent sized trailer boat. And the way that the waves would come at us, it would be really sloppy. And then we'd get this set of like 3 or 4, we're probably talking like 4 meter tall waves, and they were just stacked up on each other. So you'd go over one. As you go over that one, you just go crashing nose first into the next one. The water will come over the top, and then you go straight up the next one and crash into the next one. And it was scary. Like, it's the only time that my dad's ever said to people on the boat, hey, get your life jackets on, get the E-Perb ready, and have a rope ready, because this could go pear-shaped at any moment, and this is not good. So I don't think I've ever been so happy to come back from a game fishing trip in my life. It almost, I'm just going to read my wife's one. It almost felt like a goodbye call. Yeah, no, I called you when I was back in. I didn't call you when I was out there, because we're just trying to concentrate on getting the boat through the storm. But that was not good. Okay, from Joby. It's caught kingies, 8 kilo snapper, and big King George whiting around 45 centimeters. If fish is great on the incoming tide, only when dirty water, and fresh squid is the best bait. Lots of snags though. Yeah, I haven't fished it much myself, but yeah, it probably is a bit of a tough place to fish. Imagine if you're shark fishing there, like you can just put your bait under a balloon and you don't have to worry about those snags. Tiana and Twisty, so that's terrifying. That sounds scary. Yeah, it was bad. Like, look, I've been out at sea with bigger waves. So I think it was about 2014. I was out off the shelf off Sydney, and we had 6 meter waves. So they were half as tall again, but these were just big swells. So it was like a big hill. You kind of like go up one side and then you just come down the other side. So like you're not getting water crashing into the boat. I remember we were basically going from Botany Bay to Lake Macquarie in my dad's old 34-foot flybridge boat. Again, bigger waves as well. We're probably talking 5 meter waves, but again, like we were surfing them instead of going into them. So we were just basically cruising with the boat, going with the waves all the way up to our Lake Macquarie. That particular day, the waves were not as big as those 2 other days, but the way that they were stacked up on each other like that, you get sets of like 3 or 4 that were just pure evil. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Are you all right there? We got Finn back again. Do you want to show people your plushie? Big bunny rabbit squishy thing, whatever you call it. What was it? Is it squishmallow? What is it?
It's not squishmallow.
What is it?
I don't know.
All right. Go and shut the door, please. All right, guys. So we are 43 minutes in. So I hate to sound like a broken record, but these are our giveaways. And I reckon I'm going to announce the winners probably in the next few minutes or so.
I just put it in there.
Alrighty, so we've got 6 people in here at the moment. We've got rankings that's given me here, which is interesting. Don't know why. Well, I'm not going to go with the rankings because for whatever reason, my wife is ranked as number 1. So sorry, honey, but you're not winning one of the giveaway prizes, although I don't think you probably care too much. Recommendations on either the electric motors for kayaks and battery setup. Okay, so interesting you bring this up because I actually spoke to Tiana about this today. So electric motors for kayaks, there are a lot of different options out there. Now, the one that most people go with is Water Snake, and they are quite affordable and they do work quite well. But there are a few things that you're going to want to know about it. First thing about a Water Snake is it doesn't have any kind of fuse or circuit breaker. You're going to want to put one on there because if you start overdrawing on your current, like on your amps and stuff, and it starts drawing power heavy, you are actually putting yourself at a big time fire risk, and there's a lot of heat that's going to be generated. So high recommendation, you put a circuit breaker on there. There is also an option people put on, which is called a PWM, which allows you to dial down your speed. By doing so, you can pick what speed that you want to travel at. Now, for you, Twisty, because you're just going to want to be using it to go in the salt water, I wouldn't worry about a PWM, but I definitely would be worried about putting a circuit breaker on there. Now, as far as a battery goes, I would recommend a 50 amp hour. Now, there are lithium and non-lithium options. If you can get the lithium, it's more compact and it's lighter, and mount it as low as you can in the kayak. If you can get it inside the kayak and mount it on the base of the kayak, even better, because it brings your center of gravity down on your kayak lower than even just with you in the kayak without having the battery in there. So definitely recommend getting a 50 amp hour lithium if you can. They are a bit more expensive. If you can only get a standard like 50 amp hour, that's fine as well. But just again, mount it as low as you can in the kayak, as you should be number 1. You're my number 1, honey. You know that. You know that. Job, thanks for all your advice. I've really got into soft plastic fishing because of videos. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. It's a really good way to fish, mate. And I've always found it more satisfying knowing that you fooled a fish with a piece of rubber or a piece of plastic than fooling them with bait. It definitely is more of the feather in the cap. And we've got someone back here. Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Nothing. What?
We got a little monster here with us.
I'm not a monster. I'm just a normal human.
You're a monster human.
No, I'm not.
Twisty, there's a section in very front that I don't use, so it could be good for storing battery. Yeah, definitely. But what I'd recommend as well is you don't want to have it like right up against the tip of the kayak because it's going to make your kayak try and plow a little bit. Hang on. You're back with a cat bed.
Yeah.
Get out of it.
Why?
Because I'm trying to do a live stream and you keep freaking interrupting the freaking live stream because I'm talking to people. Hang on. Mom! Yeah, sorry, Twisty. What I was saying is with the battery, you want it, if you're going to put it in the front, have it as far back in the front as possible. Because if you've got it too far towards the front of the kayak in that front area, it'll actually make you start to nosedive into waves and it'll start crashing water over the front. So definitely a good idea putting it in that front area there, but push it back as far as you can towards the middle of the kayak. Right smack bang in the middle of the kayak actually would be the best place to put it. So I like your videos because unlike others that I've watched, I don't feel like I'm getting forced to buy a $600 Shimano rod. My brother now has a black one, but yeah, look, I use those rods and reels because I love using them. Like I'm not going to lie, there is a difference. The high end stuff is lighter, it's more comfortable, it's quite versatile, and it is real pleasurable to use. But I don't go out there and tell people, hey, like you need to use this rod. Like use what you can afford. There is so much stuff on the market that is really affordable and it's going to do the job. And more often than not, places like, Anaconda, BCF, even Mick at Hooked On are going to have really good stuff at a really affordable price. So yeah, I like my Stellas. I like my Twin Powers. Don't get me wrong. I love those reels, but I completely understand if someone goes, hey, I can't afford to buy that. That's too much money. Completely understand. There's still plenty of great stuff out there. So even in the Shimano range, stuff like the Sedona has really come a long way. Like the original Sedonas weren't great, but the new Sedonas are actually fantastic options. The new Nasky, great looking reel as well, and far more affordable as well. Okay, we'll do that when I get one. Yep, definitely, mate. Yeah, ideally, center of gravity is basically you're going to want it in the center of the kayak and as low as possible. That is the best place to mount heavy weight. So, further you can get it back towards the center of the kayak, inside it on the bottom of it, the better off you're going to be. All right, guys. So we are now 50 minutes into the live feed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple of people to win the giveaways. Here we go. Sorry, just from Joe before I do. I ended up getting a Rapala Vaxi. I haven't heard of that one. 48 kilo. A Shimano Naski 3000. Yeah, that's good, mate. That's a great combo. Those Rapala rods actually look really, really nice. I've seen quite a few of them, and they look bloody awesome, mate. So that's a good pick. And the Naski, mate, bulletproof reel. I had a 1,000 size Naski that I used to chase with bass with. Never had a problem with it, mate. You're going to love that outfit. Okay, so I'm going to choose a couple of winners for this week's giveaway. So first one we've got is the Go Mexus knob. And I think I'm going to give that to Twisty2673. So Twisty, if you can check the description of this video, you will see my email address. Send me an email with your postal address, and I'm going to send this out to you. And I'll send you a little schematic as well that shows you how to put that onto the handle on one of your reels. Then we have the Berkeley shimmer prawns there. And I am going to give that to Tiana, because I think that Tiana is going to have a great use for these. I reckon she's going to use these in the freshwater, and she's going to have good luck catching cod on them. Definitely seems like something that's right up her alley with the artificials. So Tiana, get in touch. I'm guessing you'll probably come and pick these up. But yeah, that's who are this week's winners for the giveaways. So guys, thank you very much for jumping on tonight. I really appreciate it. I do apologize about the issues that we're having at sort of to begin with. Couldn't get the microphone working, but got it working in the end. So that's worked out for the best. So thanks for dropping in. Not sure if I'm going to do this next Sunday as well. I might see what I can do about making this once every week, once every 2 weeks sort of thing.
Thanks for my cousin that's joining.
And what?
Thanks for my cousin that has joined.
Oh, and thanks to Finn's cousin Noah who joined as well. So yeah, thanks heaps, guys. Twisty, wow, thank you. Not a problem, Twisty. Like I said, send me an email. Oh, wow, thank you, Jordy. Appreciate it a lot from Tiana. No problem, Tiana. Hope you like it. And come and have a look at the puppy, Jordy. Yeah, I might have to come and have a look soon. Yeah, I might be sold on it. We'll see how we go. But that's it for me for this live stream, folks. You going to say bye, Finn? And now, bye. Yeah, now he's shy. All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for coming in for this one. Might see you in a week. Might see you in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Who knows? Whenever I feel like doing this, I'm going to do it. So cheers, guys. I'll see you soon.